Hello everyone and welcome to Building Blocks. Tonight you are in for a treat because we're going to be playing around video in Ecamm. We're going to be hands-on, right? We're going to be bringing in video with sound, video with no sound. We're going to be playing around using videos with sound as an overlay, meaning that you can resize it around your screen and actually create a design with your video. So we're going to be sharing how you can do that. We're also going to be talking about a very important thing, which is organizing your videos so that when you are recalling them in Ecamm, Ecamm can always find it. So before we get started, please do let me know what type of videos you use in your production. Right? So this can be videos for your presentations, your virtual presentations, pre-recorded video. This could be commercials because you can have commercials in your presentations when you're using Ecamm. You can have video with sound, video with no sound. So please let me know in the comments what type of videos you use in your production. And thank you so much for being here. Hello, Paul, and hello, the Wanderer. Hello. So the first thing that Marianne, hello. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is how to organize your videos in Ecamm and the importance of this. And when you bring in your videos inside of Ecamm, I don't know if that has happened to you. It has happened to me where I organize my videos when I am doing my pre-production work, which means I'm designing my scenes, I'm designing my lower thirds and everything that I'm going to be using in my show. And then I move the video because later I go, wait, it makes more sense for me to have this video in this folder instead of this folder. And then when I go back into Ecamm to replay it, Ecamm says, hey, I cannot find that video file. And that's because I moved it. So we have to make sure that when we are using our videos, we have it in the place that we're going to leave it and then don't move it, right? We're just going to leave it there. So we're also going to be talking about different types of video. You can be bringing video from your phone, right? So you can be bringing in a video source from your iPhone. So we're going to be doing that as well. So let's see. You guys are answering that question. Hello, let's see. Hello, Maggie. Yes. Yeah, let me fix this comment real quick. Hello, Maggie. Hello. Hey, Fuljens is here. Hello, Sunshine Creative. Nice to see you here. And storytelling, poetry, imagery on video. Nice. Okay. So this is going to be very, very helpful for all of you. And feel free to share your questions as we go through. So again, when we are using our videos in Ecamm, we can bring them in a number of ways, right? We can drag and drop. We can go from overlays and use animated overlays and bring them in. Or we can select it from the source menu. And I'm going to show you all of that now. Okay, so this is the video that you saw at the beginning. I'm gonna bring it in, and then I'm going to pause it. Okay, so. In camera, and then also have the video next to me. It could be a reaction video, let's say, or let's say that you have a presentation. So let me go, for example, you have a presentation and you are on one side and then on the other side is the video. So I'm going to show you how to bring in that introductory video that you saw as an animated overlay. It's not going to have sound yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I'm gonna go right here because I'm gonna bring it in this side. So I can go right here to the tab menu, click on overlay, and then go all the way, scroll down to new animated overlay. I click there, then it's gonna pull up my folder. And this is where I have everything organized already that I'm going to be using. So Ecamm will find everything that I need when I need it. All right. So this is the introduction that you just saw. So what I'm going to do is this is where I will show you the different ways to bring it in. So I'm just going to drag it in and I'm going to add it to show in current scene. Okay. And then watch what will happen. Right. So in here it's asking, hey, do you want to bring this in as an animated overlay? Meaning that you can manipulate it, you can resize it, you can add borders to it, you can put it anywhere on your screen, right? Do you want to bring this in as an animated overlay? Or do you want to bring it in as a full screen video with audio, which was what you saw? In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add animated overlay. Right? I'm going to pause it real quick so it doesn't go through. And then you see that now I can put it anywhere, right? So I can have this video anywhere on my screen. So I can manipulate it. I can click on the pencil here. I can add a border to it. Can have color. It can have a gradient if I wanted it to have a gradient. So I'm going to be bubbly here because why not? Right? And then you can also play around with the corner radius, right? So there it is, and there's the video. Now, what can we do with a video, right? So there's the playhead, as you can see right here. If you click on this little down arrow, it will give you, show you options, right? So you can hide temporarily after it plays. You can hide it so it will stay away, just it won't come back on screen, or you can loop it. So when will you use loop? You would use loop, for example, if this was an animated background, or if you were talking about something that wasn't too annoying, like too flashy or whatever, where it will loop over and over again, you will have it in the video and it would just loop. I'm going to show you how loop would look like. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play it. All right. So it will loop over and over again. Right? So this is what we see on TV sometimes when the news anchor is referring or talking about a specific story, they will play over and over again. So that's loop. Right? So Ecamm makes you look like you have a whole production team behind you and it's just you. So this is the coolest thing and how easy it is to do. So again, this is an animated overlay and it has no sound. Now, if we want to actually, before I go and move on, let's see if we have any questions about this. So I'm going to get out of live demo mode real quick. And I'm going to go to comments. Actually, I'm going to go to this comment. And we are on LinkedIn. So before Paul gets a little annoyed at me, I'm going to check if there are any comments on LinkedIn. So here we go. London Pen, hello. I use making videos and writing sample videos. Okay. All right. Oh, wait, I was on mute on the video? Ah, okay, wait. Oh my gosh, and I went through this whole thing. Wait a second. So I was muted here? Is that what it is? Okay. All right, so I was muted the whole time in here. Is that what you guys are saying? So I should go back and explain that amazingness that I did. But then in here, I wasn't muted, right? Okay, in here I was fine. All right. All right, cool. All right, fam. So this is even better because here's what I'm going to tell you why I was muted in the other video. So I'm going to go back to this video. See, the mic is muted right here because this video is taking the full on screen, right? So Ecamm has a setting that if you are playing a video, it will be muted, right? So I shouldn't be muted right now, right? I'm not muted. Okay. I'm not muting here. So then this is what you can do. So if you want to not have that issue, right? So let me play a little bit more. Okay. If you want to not have that issue, you go to preferences. You're going to go to audio right here. And you see right here, there's a toggle, automatically mute microphone and guest audio during video playback. So this for me is toggled on, but if I toggle it off, which I will do now so that doesn't happen again. Anytime I play a video, I won't have to manually unmute myself. It will just be unmuted because I unchecked that, right? So by default, it comes with it checked on, right? All right, so there you have it. And like Transforming Lives podcast said, he's like, I learned that when I was doing a podcast and you changed over the Ecamm controls. Yes, so there it goes. Mew, mew, mew. Now we're good, all right? So again, now when I go back to this video, I should be awesome, right? You should hear me, yeah? Okay, so now that we have that straight, and this video is looping because now it's just an animated overlay, right? I'm going to pause it. Right now that we have this, I'm going to go back to the other video so that you can learn I can show you the controls that you have on video when you're bringing a video in. So this is my introductory video. This is our introductory video for Building Blocks. So in here, this toggle, this option right here, you have the option of starting the video from the beginning or starting from the last position. When will you use each, right? So if you're starting the video from the beginning, I would like to start this intro every time I go in here because it's the intro. However, if I was playing, say, a movie, or if I was playing in a presentation and I was reacting to a video, or I was teaching a workshop and I needed to go back and forth from the video to an actual hands-on activity, I will choose start from last position. So I am going to leave this video right here. Let me see, let me leave it right here. And then I'm gonna click on start video from last position. Right? I'm going to leave it there. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to be talking to you all. I'm going to hide this video right here. I'm going to be talking to you all and I'm saying something about the video, right? So now I'm going to go back and the video should be in the last position where I left it. So let's see. Right? So it was on that last position. That's how you will use it, that command, if you needed to go back and forth between a video that you're teaching or a presentation to an actual hands-on activity. I'm gonna go back again so that you can see all their commands. Now in here, if you go to this toggle here, you're gonna see options. So do nothing after the video ends, do nothing, loop the video, which you saw on the animated overlay, go to next scene, which is a great option because you can use it as your introductory as your intro, and then it will go to the next scene as we have it here. And then I'm not even going to attempt do the check-in, but you can do the end a broadcast after the video plays, and it will end a broadcast for you, right? So in here, I'm just going to leave it, go to the next scene, and now I'm just going to go back to play it. So you can go back to the next scene. Right? So this is how I have it here. Now, any questions? Let me see any questions that we have before moving on. Okay. Okay, well, awesome. Backyard, Kenyatta. Okay, Brandy, hello. And yeah, you know, it all, I love it. I love you guys. You were all like, listen, you're mute. You're muted and you all stayed in. I love it. Okay. Yes, Paul, I will not pick the last one. I was like, no, I'm not even going to go there. All right. So Sunshine writes, are we able to bring in MP4 files, and is there a file size limit? Yes, we're going to go over that in a minute. And a file size limit, I don't think so, but you just need to, and Paul can correct me, or Fuljens, but you just make sure that it's not, you know, it's not taking, you don't have too many videos on, because it will take a lot of bandwidth from you and from your machine and for Ecamm, and things can just get slowed down, right? But I don't think there's a limit. But okay, so that is that. We're gonna show you that in a minute. And then how do you show the comments from the viewers? Okay, so Transforming Lives podcast, this is a feature that is an Ecamm feature. So the comments come in to Ecamm through YouTube, and then I bring them in. So I can show you how that looks. I can show you how that looks real quick. So here it is, right? So these are the comments that are coming in from YouTube. And then what I do is I just bring them in. So I just click easily, and then they come in, right? Ecamm, I'm telling you, Ecamm just makes us look like we have a whole production team behind us. All right, let me actually get out live demo mode real quick. Okay, and then let's see. All right, no more, I don't see any more questions here for you. All right, so now we covered intro, outro. It will be the same thing, introduction or I call it the end, right? So you will select the end the broadcast. So that will be where I will choose that. Now we brought in an animated overlay, which was the video with no sound, right? So now let's bring in MP4, right? Now let's bring a video, and here's how it will look like. So we're gonna see, I'm gonna bring in a video, and I'm gonna bring it in as full screen. So you will see what that does. And then I'm gonna bring it in as a screen share that will allow you to resize it, because screen shares are overlays, right? So it will allow you to resize it with audio, and you can still talk over it. Yeah? Okay. So here's how we do this. Go back to a live demo. All right. So I'm going to go to a solo scene right here. I'm going back to source right here, right? So this is source. I actually have my pro mouse with me right now, but I think you all are able to see this mouse really nicely. This is video file. So now I'm gonna go choose a file. I'm gonna click there. It's gonna pop up this, and I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to bring in the same intro so that we continue with it. So I'm gonna bring in the BB intro. Right? So here it took the entire screen. That's it. That's it. It took the entire screen. But if I wanted to bring myself into the screen, sure, of course I can. I can do it with a camera overlay. So I can reshape my camera. I can go, okay, I'm going to have a circle here. Sure. Right? And then again, it's an overlay, so you can change colors if you wanted to. You can adjust the border width, all of that good stuff, right? You can do that. And the video will be playing in here, and you are with the video. But what if you want to design it? What if you wanted to do something like this, right? And you wanted to have the video right there, right? What if you wanted to do something like that, but having the video with audio, and then you're able to pause it, manipulate it, make it bigger, make it fancy, when you have a virtual presentation and all of that. So this is the way, this is how you would do it. Two options. You can convert it into a WebM, which is a file that you bring in either an MOV or an MP4, bring it into this file converter that will turn it into a WebM, which will have audio and sound, right? Video and audio, and you can bring it in and manipulate it as an overlay. or you can bring it in as a screen share. I personally like the screen share option because you don't have to download anything. And you can just manipulate it. Everything is local. You don't have to be looking for something else. And then after that, bringing in the video to convert it. And I will show you how all of that is, right? So, okay. Now I'm going to bring in this video. And Paul, let me know if I have anything on LinkedIn. Let me know if I have anything on LinkedIn. Okay. So I'm going to bring in now the screen share overlay of that video. Right now, to do that, I will just go to the screen share right down here. So let me first let me move this. And then, okay, I'm going to click on the screen share right in here. Now you see the screen share. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my secondary display because that's where the video should be. This is my run a show. But I will bring in the video now so that you can see it. Okay, so this is where my video is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the video so I can open it. And then I'm going to put it in my secondary monitor. Okay, and then now I will do the magic thing by holding down the option key, and then I am going to, wait a second, I'm just move everything out of here so that I can just get that video. Where did my video go? I have so many videos in here. Okay, I'm gonna open this again. And then I'm gonna minimize this so that it doesn't get all messed up. Okay, so here we go. Going to now trim it. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm going to assume that it's happening. I don't know why it's doing this for me right now. Hold on, you guys. I don't know why this is happening. Wait, it's happening. Let me move. Yeah, it's not there. It's just disappearing. I don't know why. But it's there, but it just disappears. Okay. Let me see if it helps me again. I don't know why it's doing that. But if I have it like this, and this shouldn't happen, you guys. I don't know why this is happening right now. Okay, let me see, hopefully. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you so much for being kind to me right now. Okay, so now there it is. So now it's as an overlay, and now in here I can adjust it however I want to adjust it. So now I'm not going to, I'm going to leave it like this because it is a horizontal video. Because it is a horizontal video, so I will leave it like this. But as you can see, you can bring it anywhere in the screen. So now with sound, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna click on the pencil. And then we're going to make sure that we activate system audio so that it can have audio, right? So I'm just gonna play it without clicking this so that you can see what happens if you don't click it, right? So let's play it. All right, do you hear sound? I heard it on my end, but do you hear sound? Let's see, do you hear sound? Let me know. You should not have, but if you did, let me know. You should not have heard it. You heard it, so why do you hear it? There's no system audio enabled. Okay, let me go back in here. You see, activate audio capture. Well, okay. Well, you heard it, so let's just click it again. I'm not sure why you heard it. You should not have heard it. But you have to make sure that you click on Activate System Audio so that you can hear the sound, right? So now you have video. Oh, I do. Okay, that's true. Okay, thank you, Fuljens. All right, so anyway, so make sure that when you're bringing it in, you activate System Audio Capture so that that video can show, right? If you don't have the other one enabled, like all system audio. All right, so now you can play it, but before I play it, what I'm going to do is Here we go. Right? So now you can play the video and you can have a reaction video. You can do all of these things with it, right? And so this is how you would do it if you wanted to have sound and video and also you talking, right? You have sound coming too. Now there's another way of doing it, and there is to convert it into a WebM. And that is an app that Paul and I were checking out today, and it's called HandBrake, right? HandBrake. And you download it, you install it, and then this is how it looks. And it was pretty intuitive. It was pretty easy to do. So HandBrake is right here. It has a little piña colada in it. You're gonna click it. Right? This is the video that I wrote in. So what you do, so let me see, because I just did it once. So we're going to click on open source. This is how you bring in your video. I'm going to bring in a video that I did a while ago, which is called My Sister's Room. So I'm going to bring it in. It has audio as well. So I'm going to click that up, bring it in here. And then the format, and you're gonna choose the format is MP4 right now, so you're gonna choose WebM, right? And then from there you're gonna click on start, and then it's gonna start the conversion. While it does that, you see the progression here is done already. I have selected the folder that I wanted to be saved in, which is the folder where I have all the assets for this show. So it's very important that you know where you're saving this so that it doesn't give you a little bit of headache after when you're trying to recall it. So here it is. I'm going to go on browse just to make sure that it's there. And it is in here. We can see it's WebM. So now I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to get out of this. And before we move forward, I'm going to go back to comments and see if you'll have any comments about this handshake situation. Okay. All right. So Paul writes, there is also Shutter Encoder, which is free. It asks for a $10 donation, but you can adjust the slider to anything between 0 and 10. Okay. And that is, yeah, that was the first. Paul and I were thinking about that one, but then it was asking for the donation. And I was like, okay, this handshake one was pretty easy to use, but I'm not sure how the other one is, but Paul likes it. Okay, Sunshine Creative. So a WebM is a file that it converts an MP4 to a WebM so that you can bring it into Ecamm or any other source, any other video platform, so that you can manipulate it, use it as an overlay. Right? So before, when you saw me bringing in the other video, this one, for example, you're all going to be dreaming with this video, with this sound. I'm going to bring in that one. That one takes on the screen, and you cannot manipulate it like we're doing this one. Right? That I'm bringing right here. It will take on the entire screen. With a WebM, it turns it into, you will have video and you will have audio, right? So you can manipulate it as an overlay. So anything that you do with an overlay, it will do as a WebM will do, right? It's that you will not have that flexibility with an MP4. Right, so hopefully that answers your question. And if the moderators have an easier explanation, they can go ahead and answer that. Okay. Okay, so Paul Dixon came through. Let me see. Let me see, Paul Dixon. Just a web-friendly video format, very small size. Okay, that's pretty cool. And it allows you to manipulate it inside of Ecamm so that you can create, for example, if you have a presentation. Ooh, nice. Okay. You can do transparency in your video. And that's what it is, right? Because it gives you the flexibility as if you were having an overlay. So anything that you can do with an overlay, you can do with a WebM, but it has video and sound. And WebMs are great, says Paul. I like WebMs. They're good, and as you saw, it's simple to convert. However, imagine if you had more than one video that you needed to do. Imagine if you have 3 videos, you needed to do that over and over again. But if you had a screen share, right? So like I did over here, if it works well for me now, you can have it all queued up for you. Let me see if I can bring this in. You can have it all queued up like this. I bring it into live demo so you can see it. Okay, so you can have it all queued up like similarly to a playlist. And let me see, am I on live demo mode? Can you see my, wait, because I don't see that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can have it all queued up. And then that way you can just click on it and you can go down the line and show all the videos instead of having to convert all of them. See? So there's your playlist and you can just go down the line and show all of the videos in one, right? Yes. Okay. All right. So that was WebM, right? So you can bring in your videos as a screen share, or you can bring it as a WebM so that you can have video. And of course, it's all a matter of preference, right? So you can, if you just want to just have WebM, not worry about doing anything, or is the system audio on, is you know, all of the other things that we have to worry about a little bit, then you can just use WebM. But if you just want to keep everything local and not having to download something and having to convert, then screen share is a great option for you, right? Okay, so we went over all of this. We went over how to bring in an animated overlay, which is no sound, just animated video. We talked about how to bring in your video with sound using screen share, and then also converting your MP4 or MOV into a WebM. Right? So we also talked about how your intros, the playhead and the options that you have in your videos, right? So let's say you wanted to do now a reaction video, because those are super popular, right? And this is the one that I just converted as a WebM. So I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to go into my solo and this video, I'm going to now go to source, and I'm just going to choose camera. So the video is going to disappear, and then I'm going to hide this camera. So here I am again, and I want to do a reaction video. So this is a movie that I made in a super hot day. I was visiting over Fuljens' sister, and I was by myself in the house because she was working. And I didn't have anything to do, but I had my phone, and it was super hot and the AC was not working. So I recorded a movie because why not, right? So I'm just going to bring in the movie, and what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to show you a different way of bringing in the movie. All right. So I'm going to go to my file in here. And what I'm going to do is my sister's room, which is a WebM, I can either drag it in the screen, or I can bring it in to show in current scene. We haven't done that before, so I'm just going to drop it there. Okay, I'm going to pause this. All right. So as you can see, it brought in sound and it's like an overlay. So you can put it anywhere on your screen, place it anywhere on your screen, right? So this will be like a reaction video, or how we see on TV that they're like, in other news, there was, this lady on a hot day that she was, right? So you are reacting to the video, doing whatever it is you want to do. So this movie, I will play it a little bit and then react to it. So before I play it a little bit, it has scary sounds. The movie itself is not scary. It was just things around her room that were the olden days and little figurines that if it was dark at night, it will be scary, but it's not scary. It does have creepy sounds. So if you are sensitive to creepy sounds, lower the audio. And yes, they can be manipulated just like I'm doing right now, right? So you can move it anywhere, and you can also, because it's like an overlay, you can have the option to add borders to it, color gradient motion. You can also the corner radius, you can play around with it. The opacity, as Paul Dixon mentioned, you can rotate it, right? You can do the rotation because it's like an overlay. You can have perspective, which is pretty cool because, you know, a little perspective. You can bring it, you can resize it, you can put it wherever on your screen. You can make it change the let me see how the opacity changes. You see? So look at, so that's what Paul was saying. The blend mode, so you can do different things. You can add transition. So when it comes in with a transition. So you will have all that flexibility, right? So say you're doing the reaction video and you just play. I'm just going to play it so that you can hear the sound. So remember, it has creepy sounds in it. And oh my gosh, so I'm just talking real quick so that you know that I can speak too. I'm not muted. And that you can hear the sound in the movie. Right? You can, right? So if I wanted to make it bigger, now that's creepy. Right? So here, those are the things that you can do. So I can see why Paul, our moderator, loves WebM. I mean, it is flexible, and you just, once you convert it, you don't have to mess around too much like you saw me doing with screen share. I don't know what was happening there, but that typically doesn't happen. But you have both options. So whatever option works for you, it would be, thank you, Marianne. It would be, that will be an option to you. But now you know how you can bring in different things. I was right. That was kind of creepy, right? That was kind of creepy when like lowering the opacity. Which, by the way, Paul Dixon, thank you, because I would not have thought of doing that. So, so yes, look at this, right? And we can do something like, remember how we said autoplay or go back to the beginning? So I'm just going to pause it real quick here. And I'm going to say, okay, start from last location. So say I was playing this movie and it was, I'm going to leave it here for reference. I'm going to leave it indifferent from the rest. And then I'm going to click on start from last location. And I'm going to come over here. And I'm like, okay, let's talk more about this video. And it was hot. It was hot, fam. I mean, when I say it was hot, it was like 100 degrees outside, but inside her house, it was like 110. It was hot. And yet I had a phone that wasn't melting, so I was able to record. And now I'm gonna go back to the reaction video. Oh, wait, where was I? My solo, okay. Right? And so it picked up from where I left off instead of starting from the beginning, which was here. Right? So how cool is that? Right? It's pretty cool. And playing, organizing video, bringing videos in Ecamm is super fun, and it makes your live streams more engaging, right? You can have commercials that the commercials are queued up to when it ends, it goes to the next segment. So it could be a segment with a different scene, right? So you can have your guests. So for example, if I had a guest, an interview guest, and I had this scene, and for now, I'm going to just cover the entire screen right now so that you can see. So I'm just going to go like this and say, this is the commercial break, right? I'm going to click on here and I'm going to say, wait a second. Because with this one, interesting. Okay, so fam, I've never done this with WebM. Like I said, I don't play it that much with WebM, but you cannot do go to next scene, can you, with WebMs? Can you? You know what? Let me see. Let me do something. Let me go back to the opener. Wait. Can you not? See, this is a hands-on. This is what we talked about. Okay, so in here, you see, go to next scene I have here. So let me go back to WebM. Wait a second. You see? Okay. All right. So here it is. Okay. Why will you use WebM instead of a video or vice versa? Okay. So go to next scene doesn't work even if it has video. So because it's a video, but it's an overlay. It's a video, but it's an overlay. So if you wanted it to go to next scene automatically, you have to use a video. Thank you. See, okay, I don't use WebM a lot, but that's something I learned that today. That's pretty awesome. So let's talk about commercials. If you wanted to have a commercial, you have to do it with a video, not with a WebM. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I learned something awesome today. And then that way you can click on right here. You can click in here, as we mentioned earlier, go to next scene, and it will automatically go to next scene. So let's pretend that this is a commercial and you just went from here to here, and that's the commercial. And then welcome back to Building Blocks. Right? Pretty awesome. Okay. So any questions? Let me go back and check if you'll have any questions about this. Okay. Hey, Sunshine. Can we connect directly from YouTube to bring in a stream and reaction video as an overlay? I apologize for my question. How confusing. I think what you're saying is, can you bring in a video from YouTube as a screen share overlay or as an overlay? You can just make sure that the video, because sometimes it happens to us, if we bring a video that it has a song that's copyrighted or even a little sound behind the scenes that could potentially be copyrighted, YouTube will flag you for it. So I would say, but if you bring it in as an overlay with no sound, then of course it's all good. But if you're bringing it in as a WebM, I just wanted to make those two distinctions, because in the comments, the guys are saying that the WebM was an overlay. So I just wanted to make sure that you are right. So if it's an overlay, sure. As an overlay, you can bring it in. In no sound, you will have no issues bringing it over. And then you do the reaction video like I was doing with the video. Okay, so yes, without WebM, yep, you can. You can bring it in. You can either do a screen share like we did, and you just mask the edges as we were doing before. Do let me know if you want me to show you that again. And then you just have it playing. So you can be on screen, and the screen share overlay could be on the side like we did before. And then you can have your reaction video. Yeah, pretty good, huh? Pretty awesome. Any other questions? So here we go. Reaction video. Say you bring this from YouTube. So I'm not going to bring in a video. Let me see. I'm going to click this off. And I'm just going to bring in. Let me see if I find. I'm going to go to Ecamm's YouTube channel. And I'm going to bring in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on screen share right here. Let me go back to the live demo. All right, so I'm going to go to Google Chrome. And then that is the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this video which is my video, the video right now that we're watching. And then I'm going to make it bigger. And it has no sound, right? So let me just remove this and this. Okay. And then there it is. So I'm going to play it. Let me make sure that it has no sound. All right. So there is the video playing. And you brought it in as a screen share, as a screen share overlay, or you can just download the video if it's yours, if you have permission, and then you can bring it in as an overlay. Yeah, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so now we cover all of that, right? So now let's talk about what if you want to bring something from your phone. Right? So you have a video in your phone and you just like want to bring it in. This is something cool. I have my phone plugged in with a cable because I don't have the continuity picks up sometimes, but it's hit and miss for me personally, right? So if we go back to, let me go to my solo. Okay, this is my phone. I'm going to bring in my phone as a, oh, nice. Okay, so I was just reading Brandy saying that she has a phone overlay she would like to use with that. Okay, nice. So, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on camera overlay. My face is so circular in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if it is, because sometimes I have to unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, so let me see if it does it now, because I did it before, but maybe it just got out of the... Okay. Click to start. All right. Here's the phone. So say you have a video, but first let me just let me just bring it as a camera overlay. Actually, I'm gonna bring it in as a camera overlay, and then I'm going to go to source, and I'm gonna just select blank for right now, and I'm going to remove it, and then I'm gonna add another camera overlay, and let me see if it's here. Here we go. Is there. Now I'm going to change the shape to tall. And since it's an overlay, you know, you can get fancy with it, right? You can get fancy. You can have borders and all that good stuff. Let me see what happens here. Okay, so before I do that, let me see if let me hide it first just to make sure that I'm bringing what I need to bring up. Okay, so let me see a movie for you all. What movie can I bring? Okay, I can bring this movie. All right, so it's actually, this movie is horizontal. So I will change it to horizontal right now. And all of these are fine. So, okay, so now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna change it to wide. And then I'm gonna move my screen there. And then here are my cuties. This is a program that Fuljens and I did, teaching little ones how to do podcasts and things like that. And then I'm just going to play it from here. Let me see. I'm not hearing anything, so you're probably not hearing anything either. Oh, because I brought it in as an overlay. Okay, all right, so here we go. So I brought it in as an overlay, so you won't be able to hear anything. But we're talking about reaction videos, so we don't need to have audio right now. So here it is, reaction video from your phone. And then you can swap. Right? And this is pretty awesome with right? So you can be talking about, oh yes, I did this. This is real life. I film these campers working on those little girls, not little, but they're middle schoolers and high schoolers working on automotive. So that is pretty cool. So this is reaction video right there. Yes, from your phone. Awesome. Okay. So let me go back to my screen and see if you'll have any questions about your phone and bringing in media from your phone. Okay. Yes, so much flexibility with Ecamm. Yes. In live demo, we can see it in the camera switcher. Yeah. Yeah. Right, exactly, Marianne. So video as an overlay has no sound unless you convert it into a WebM. So if you convert it into a WebM, which is the app that I showed earlier, that is the HandBrake, it's HandBrake, then you will have a video, it's a WebM that you can manipulate as an overlay. Right? But if it's just an overlay, overlays have no sound, right? Just the typical overlays have no sound. It will be just an animated overlay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have system. Video, wait a second, Paul. Okay, wait. I'm going to go to Sunshine and then Paul, I'm going to go to you. All right. Before we end, can you give a brief review of what we need to focus on in this building blocks lesson? Yes. Okay. Yes. So what you need to focus on is making sure that, first of all, you plan your show. So if you're going to show a video with sound, then you need to plan out that, okay, either you're going to do a WebM or you're going to do a screen share, or you're just going to have it full screen and not be on camera. So you can have an intro video, which is a video like this. And then the video has the option to go to the next scene, so you don't have to worry about manually doing it. And then if you are going to do a reaction video, you can do it as you were asking your question. You can bring it in as an overlay and just have reaction video, right? So, Paul, I'm going to go to Paul's question. So Marianne already has HandBrake. So let me know, Sunshine, if you need more clarification. Yeah, so HandBrake will be what you will use to convert MP4s to WebM. So Paul, okay, not true. Video over is totally different than camera overlay. Video over. Paul, let me rephrase that for me, please. I'm not catching it. Camera overlay, like phone share, can have audio. Yes, camera overlay. Okay, so camera overlay is this, right? We're using camera overlay, so it does have audio. So I brought the video in. I didn't bring it as a, let me go back here, because maybe we can figure this out together. So let me go back to my solo. Okay, so in here, let me go back to a video. Wait a second. Let me look. Let me just make sure that this video has audio, because it is a video and I'm bringing it in.
Make sure.
All right. Are we hearing audio now?
Also, what I liked was that I got to act and I got to spend time with people and it was fun.
All right. Can we hear audio now? Okay, awesome. So, okay, so this is a video and we have audio. So it didn't come in as an overlay. So let's make this clear for, let me pause this.
I think you guys.
Okay, so let's make this clear for the fam, right? If you bring in an animated overlay, it will not have audio, right? An animated overlay. If you bring in a video, right, it will have audio. It's a video in here, just a regular, like for example, the one that I just brought in, or the intro video, it will have audio, right? It is not a video, it's a camera overlay. So that's the clarification. It is a camera overlay, it's not a video. So it's coming in as a video feed. All right, so let me just add it in here so that we can see Paul's. It's not a video. It is a camera overlay. So here we go. I brought it in. Let me go to my solo scene again. So what I did was, right, I brought it in from here, from my, I'm going to bring in, here we go. So I brought in my phone as a camera overlay. Right? So iPhone equals camera overlay. That's what we're saying. All right, thank you, fam, for clarifying that. Yeah, it does. It definitely can get confusing. Definitely. But fam, make sure that you understand this here now so that you can actually do it when you need to. So if you're bringing in a phone as a camera overlay, you will have audio. Okay, just like we did here. Yeah? Nice. Okay, I think we're clear now, right? I think we're clear. So I'm bringing this in from my phone, right? And I'm playing it.
Did like maybe I don't know because it's already.
And we have video. Okay, we have audio. Good. All right, we're clear now. We're clear. So you can bring in video from your phone, have audio. You can bring in WebM, and you can also use screen share overlays. So as Sunshine was saying, okay, what is the main takeaways from the video is that you can use videos in multiple ways. You can use it as silent. You can use it converted to a WebM, which will have your MP4 converted into a file where you could manipulate it as an overlay, right? You can also bring in a camera overlay from your phone and use it as a video source and play it that way like I just did. Yeah. And then let's see if there are any other questions about that. John. Yes, I was able to hear it. Before I wasn't able to hear it, but I was like, I think I could hear it, but I wasn't. So I got a little bit confused there, but I was able to hear it afterwards when you all heard it also. So the iPad can be brought in as a camera overlay. Yes, it can. And I'm going to be, I'm going to be daring because, we only have 2 minutes left. But let me see if there's another question. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I love it. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let me see if I have, in this couple of minutes that we have, let me see if I have videos on my iPad, which I should. But I'm just going to double check. I should have the same videos. Okay, I do. So I'm just going to cue it. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's be daring in this 2 minutes I have left, right? I'm going to unplug the situation. I'm going to unplug. Oh man, I can't do it because I don't have USB-C right now. Sorry. This is the 14 and it still has Lightning. So I can do it, but you should be able to do it, Tora. You definitely should be able to do it. Just plug it in, or if you have continuity camera, then you can do it that way. I was going to be daring, man, but okay. I thought you said if an animation is brought in as an overlay, it has no sound. Okay, so so if we bring in, let me bring in, so I'm going to stay, let me go to my solo scene. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to now go to source. And I'm going to, no, actually, I'm not going to go to source. I'm going to make it simple for you. I'm going to let me go back to live demo. Okay, so I have this video. I have these are video files, as you can see here, right? So I'm gonna bring in my sister's room this time, and it's going to be an MP4. Okay, so I'm going to, if I drag it into the overlays panel, so I'm just gonna bring it in and drag it into showing current scene. I'm gonna bring it in here. It's gonna ask, do you wanna add it as an animated overlay? So although this video has sound, if I bring it in as an animated overlay, it will have no sound. And I will show you that now, right? So I'm gonna bring it in. And I'm playing it, right? There's no sound. Now I'm going to exit out of this one. I'm going to remove it from here. I'm going to go back again to my folder. I'm going to take the same movie and I'm going to drop it in again. What's going to happen is I'm going to be asked the same question. If when I click on play full screen with audio, it's going to take on the full screen, right? And it's going to bring in audio. So here it is. Right? So I am here. Okay, it's fine. But if you wanted to manipulate this, meaning you see how it took the full screen, if you wanted to have a smaller, if you wanted to add borders, if you wanted to just make it like design it as an overlay, that's when you will bring in either a screen share or you will bring in a WebM. So let me go back to right here. I'm going to go back to source, and then I'm going to go to source I'm going to go to camera, right? And this is my little camera because it was there. Just going to go to, I'm actually going to go to blank so that we can just have the blank screen. And then now, if you want to manipulate it, right? So I'm going to bring in that movie, which is what we turned into a WebM earlier. I'm going to bring it. I could either drop it into the screen here, or I can drop it into showing all scenes. So I'm going to drop it into showing all scenes. And in here, it's a WebM. You should be hearing sound now, right? It's playing. You can now manipulate it. You can move it anywhere in the screen, right? So hopefully that clarified any questions that you had on Sunshine Creative. And then, okay, so Paul Dixon, I have the polls here today. And then Paul writes, to put it another way, if you want your animated overlay to have audio, you need it to be a WebM format. Okay, yeah, that. If you want your animated overlay to have audio, you need to convert it into a WebM format. So as Paul Duncan was saying earlier, it can get a little bit confusing, but the way for you not to get confused is ask yourself this question. Do I want my video to take on the full screen? Yes or no? Right? Video with audio. The full screen, yes or no? If it's yes, I want it to take the full screen, you just drag and drop it. Bring it into Ecamm. No problem. Now, if the question is, I don't want it to take the full screen. I wanted to manipulate it. I wanted to be able to place it in different ways like I do with an overlay. Then that's when you turn it into a WebM, because it will come in with audio and you can adjust it, put it anywhere around the screen. So hopefully that clarifies. Yes. All right, let me go back to comments and see. Perfect, Sunshine, great. If you look at the bottom of the overlay window, each of those icons are different kind of overlays. Yes, that is true. Right, so image overlay, new animated overlay, which is what we're doing, screen share overlay, text overlay. This is the text box overlay, new shape overlay, countdown, widget, camera, and a new group. So Paul is the voice in my shoulder. Okay. And then, oh, nice. Okay, thank you, Maggie. I'm glad that you that was helpful. If you like, if you had sub animation with a sound effect, then WebM will be the way to go. Well, yeah, that's gonna be for another video, Paul Dixon. I'm not getting into that. So Tora Rice, she just grabbed hers and okay, that we're having a conversation over there. Okay, glad you are all set, and I cannot wait to see what you create, Sunshine Creative. Okay. Yes. Okay, so Tora tried it out and it worked. So yes. Okay. All right, fam. Okay. So we did this. We got this. And again, the WebM, and I was talking to Paul Duncan behind the scenes, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to overcomplicate this with the WebMs and all these things. And I'm just going to bring in screen share overlay. But I'm glad I did it because one, I found out I learned a couple of things about the WebM because you cannot use it as like manipulate it as a video, like go to next scene and things like that, because it is considered, oh my gosh, it's considered an overlay, but it is a movie, right? So I learned that part. I don't work with WebMs a lot, but I can see how they can be useful. Then we have the regular overlays, which is no sound, and then also animated overlays and all of that. So we have so much flexibility inside of Ecamm. And as I mentioned earlier, you just have to ask yourself the question is, how do I want my video to display? How do I want to display my video? How do I want to show it? Do I want to manipulate it? Do I want it to take the whole screen? Do I want to have it as a reaction video? All of those questions will determine what format you're going to use. So just make sure you ask yourself those questions and then catch the replay or ask questions in the community. All right. Paul, you did. Okay. So wait, let me bring this in because Paul is over here doing things already. So Paul put in a feature request for the next scene for WebMs. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. This is what we learn. Okay. All right. So any other questions before we call it a night? I want to make sure that you are all clear on how videos work inside of Ecamm and how to organize them. Just make sure that you have it in your folders, just like you saw me having all of the videos. It's easy to bring them in. Whenever I was recalling this video, which the sound you will hear all the whole entire night, that one, it recalled it all the time. And just for the sake of showing you what would happen, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to take it out of the folder so that you know what not to do. And then if it does happen to you, then you know what happened, right? So I'm gonna go just for the sake of. All right. So I'm gonna take. What should I take? I'm gonna take the intro. I'm gonna take the intro out of here. So I'm gonna move the intro to the desktop. Move it out of here. Let me take it out of here. Come here. Move. Actually, let me move it to this other side because I want to make sure I got it out of here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the video that we have been playing over and over again. Wait. Why is it playing? It shouldn't be playing right now. I moved it out of the folder. You know. I don't know. Why is it playing right now? I moved it out of the folder. Very interesting. It's not supposed to be playing. Moderators, do let me know why it's doing this. Oh, here we go. Wait, no. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be playing. But anyway, now you know, maybe, I don't know, there's some memory happening right now in my favor. So, but just know that, yeah, but I moved it out. I moved it out of the folder, Paul. And when I have done that before, moved it out of the folder, it just refresh. If I refresh, I don't want to refresh right now. I don't want to be that daring. But when I move it out of the folder, it just doesn't find it. It doesn't find it. And I actually also deleted it from the folder to make sure. And it still did it. It still went through. So I don't know what's happening. But for you, for your purposes, just once you save the file to a folder, just leave it in the folder. Don't move it, because usually that's what happens. When Fuljens and I exchange folders, when we are sharing information, it will, if he doesn't send me the file, even if it's on the same computer, when I'm trying to play it, it says it cannot find the video because it's not in the same folder. So I have to actually put it in the same folder, then show the location and all of that. So yeah, okay. Yeah, so just leave it in there. It didn't work. It didn't work for us, but yeah. It didn't work, but it also worked at the same time. All right, yes, here we go, Tora, here we go. That's awesome. So Tora connected her iPad to Ecamm, and now she's at another level. She writes, she's on another level, and that's what we want to see here. So fam, yes, okay, you see. All right, so I want to hear this. I want to read this, because let me get out of. So Tara writes, she learns that the hard way. One morning, 10 minutes prior to the stream, she moved all the files and received the unable to locate. That's what happened, right? If you move your file after you had already assigned it in Ecamm and given that location, it's going to give you this error, which for some reason it didn't give it to me. It's being really nice to me. DJ Rar, B, hello. Shucky ducky. Okay. All right. But that is it. Just keep your files. Once you have them organized for your show and you have all your scenes set and everything is playing well for you, just don't move it. Just leave it there, because why would you move it after you spend all that time organizing, right? And then that way you won't run into any issues. It's happened to me before, because I tried moving things from one place to the other, and I learned not to move it after I set it in Ecamm. So, okay. All right. Are there any other questions? There only a question. Yeah, right? Tora is being a danger diva tonight, trying things. Yeah. So let me see what Paul is saying. The voice in my shoulder. You don't want to store your files where they get copied to the cloud. It won't find them. Yeah, that's another thing. Yep. That is another thing. I do not store in the cloud. And plus it takes a long time to recall, right? Because sometimes even on my hard drive, right? So I have an external storage unit, and even when I store videos to be recalled that I'm using for a show, it takes a while, because the hard drive has to wake up a little bit, and then to bring in the file over, it just takes a minute, and it makes me sweat. So what I do is, when I'm working with files, I leave it local in my Mac Studio, and then once I'm done, then I move it if I'm not gonna use it again. But yes. Okay. Paul is showing off. Paul is saying that he keeps his files organized in a folder on his hard drive called Media Library. And he also has, what is the name of that the program, Paul, that you have that arranges all of your files? It's a lady's name. I think it's a lady's name. But having your files organized, it just makes things so much easier, and it helps you find all of your assets when you're looking for them. Hazel. Yeah, there we go. Hazel. Hazel helps Paul with all of his organizational storage and yeah. Okay. All right. So going one, going twice. Do we have any other questions about video and how to play with them in Ecamm? Now, we love to see you put in what you learn into action. And you can do that in the Ecamm Live Facebook group. Do it with the hashtag BB for building blocks. And let's call that, what should we call that poll? Hashtag what? Because Tora learned something new today, bringing her iPad in as a video source. And we want to see what you do with it, Tora. So you can show us in the Facebook group, Ecamm Fam, and Facebook group, Ecamm Live, and hashtag BB. And then Paul is going to give us a hashtag. Video something. So we want to see what you do. The same thing with you, Sunshine Creative, because you learned some good stuff today as well. So I want to see you using your reaction video, because you asked about using YouTube as an overlay, video from YouTube as an overlay. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so if you're going to work on what you learned today, go into the Ecamm Live Facebook group in hashtag BB for building blocks, and then hashtag what I learned. I like that. Yes. So Sunshine goes, I learned that Ecamm WebM will work with my workflow. So Ecamm doesn't have a WebM. You have to convert it into a WebM and then bring it into Ecamm. But I get you. So I want to see that in the Ecamm Live Facebook group if you are up for it. I would love to see what you do with that. And yes, William, you lose files very often. That's what it is. Don't move. And once you put them in that folder and you bring it into Ecamm and you're using it as a video source, don't move it. Just leave it there. Just make sure. So here we go. Let me bring this up. And it will be great to see all of you doing this, because that would be pretty awesome. Here we go. Hashtag BB what I learned. Yes. So I want to see. Okay, Sunshine, that is totally fine. That is totally fine. We'll give you more time. So I will just, whenever you show up to the live streams, I will ask you where you're at, if that is okay. Yes. So listen, for those of you who were not on ENN on Monday, we had a trivia, which was great. And the B's weren't coming through. So it was answer A, B, C, D. And the correct answer was a B, but the B's weren't coming through on YouTube. But to answer your question, Tora, yes, BBs are allowed in the Ecamm Live Facebook group. So you will be okay. And let's see. Okay, perfect, Sunshine. So whenever I see you, I will remind you where you are at and ask you, John, I put all my media into a folder called Ecamm Media before putting them into my scenes. Awesome. That is a great workflow. Super great workflow. You will always find it. Even in a pinch, you know where that folder is and you know the files are there. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes when we're live and we're looking for something, like the words just get all, the words get intertwined and we just forget how to read sometimes. What happened, Paul? Let me see. Wait. What happened, Paul? BB hashtag what I learned. Oh, yeah, it's not at. Yeah, so I read it. I got you. So here it is. Hashtag BB. Hashtag what I learned. And this is where we will love to see what you create, whether it is an animated overlay where you are reacting to the video, right? You can potentially bring in this same video into your Ecamm from YouTube and react to something that happened in this video. Or you can bring in another video. You can bring in a duck video, a poll video, whatever video you want, and then make it engaging that way, where you will be reacting to something, and let us see what you're reacting to. So, and then Tora, do your thing. Do your thing. What was Rick by George the Beast? Spacha, hello. Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome, Spacha. Yes, I would like to see all of you trying it out, because videos just makes our production just look even more professional, and Ecamm makes it so much easier. Like, for example, when I was in a production and I mentioned to a client that they can bring in a commercial, they were like, what? Like on TV? Like, yeah, like on TV. So that is the power of Ecamm, fam. The power of Ecamm. All right, I think we are. Oh, hello, Hank. So you were just over there listening? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And then please don't post a full live stream, just a clip, says Paul. So about 10, right? So max will be like 10 minutes, Paul, right? 10 minutes will be. And yes, so you learned so much today. Make sure that you just go in the replay and just play specific things. I will see if I can just clip different things here so that you can access it easier when you're looking for it. And speaking of that, this is for this quarter. This is the last building blocks of this quarter. We're going to be back in July, right? But ENN continues, so you will still see Fuljens and I on ENN. But for building blocks, we are taking a break until Q3, which will be July. But we will be putting little videos here and there, so you will still be seeing us and then also seeing us on ENN. Yes. Okay. Let's see what happened. This is why we're going a little bit over, and Paul is not saying anything to me. I don't think he has texted me like, you're going over. Yeah, he hasn't. Okay. Let's see. Commercial videos will be great for breaks or long live streams. Yes, right? So it would be like, it could even be a video that you like for you, Marianne, some of what you're doing with your journals or your crafts or any presentation, just do a pre-recorded video, and that could be your break for them, because you would take a break from yourself to do. I used to do that a lot on my shows, and just post a video that I have recorded before and then come back and just do a recap of it, which was really good. So Maggie writes, wow, this is definitely a must replay episode. A lot of packed in here. Thank you. You are so welcome. And I agree. A lot of information. And we will try to do chapters for you, and then perhaps just do little videos so that you can go into each section quicker. Okay, so just enough to get your point across. So that means less than 10 minutes or 10 minutes. Paul, give us an amount so we know. I wasn't going to let them take a break, but Anna said she would beat me up a creator cam if I didn't. True, not true. So, yeah, but we will be back, and we will be back with great things for you. So that's why this video right here was packed with amazing things so that you can practice them for you, amazing tips for using your videos. And do reaction videos are so fun to do, right? They're really fun to do. So bring them into the screen like you just learned here today, and just react. Right? React to it. I want to see you all doing some fun stuff. We have some creative people here. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions before? Going once, going twice, 20 seconds delay. Wait a second. Really? Really, Gretchen? I can be feisty? I am spicy. Yeah, I am pretty spicy. Spicy, feisty. All right, going once, going twice, 20-second delay. Okay, fam. So thank you so much for joining and for all of your questions. And we will see you in July on Building Blocks, but we will see you on Monday on ENN. Whose phone was upside down? Are you catching the replay? Rob, are you catching the replay right now, or was your phone was upside down? Okay, now to close, what type of videos are you going to be using? What type of video are you going to be using in your live streams that you learn here? Silent videos, which will be reaction videos, WebMs, or screen shares, or just regular video? Let them play. What type of video were you using? And that's the end. That's the end. And I will go to the, you know what I'm going to do now? Because you have all seen this. I'm going to go into live demo. So you saw this video many times, right? So what I'm going to do, and remember, if you are playing a video and you don't see sound, right here, just check it out, because right now what I did was earlier I went into preferences right here, and then right here it says automatically mute microphone and guest audio during video playback. This is under audio, right? If I would have had this toggled on when I switched to the video, you would not have been able to hear me like what happened earlier today. Right? So just know that if that happens, that is where you can adjust it, or you can just unmute yourself right here. But what I'm going to do is, you see here, it says end broadcast when end broadcast when it is done. Wait a second. Let me see, because I don't want to end it now. I'm gonna bring it all the way here. Oh my gosh. Wait a second, just in case this happens. If this ends by the time I do it, I want to see you in the community, okay? But I'm just going to be feisty like Gretchen said right now. I'm going to go to right here. I'm going to pause it, bring it all the way up, do end broadcast once it's done playing. And then I'm going to click this and then hurry up and go to the main scene. Okay. I don't know. I think, okay. So let's see what you all saying. Phone was upside down. Okay, great job. Okay, so Sunshine's going to be using WebM, so I love it. And Marianne is going to use Webmaster, so I'm thinking this is WebM. And then Brandy's like, listen, I'm going to go with all of the above because this is all great. And Marianne corrected themselves. And William says all of them also. And then, yes, so thanks for the refresher on the different video overlay audio combinations and uses. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, so this is, I'm going to go back now to get out of live demo mode. Okay, fam. Oh, not here. Here. Okay. So we're done with questions. We have all of these answers. You know all of these things. So thank you so much for being here with us and for the entire quarter also. And if you miss us, hold on to your. If you miss us, go to the video production course. Because that is a block by block. So there, Fuljens and I are teaching you all about video production. Although I don't believe Fuljens, I'm not sure if you covered anything of this in video, but you can go in there and you will learn a lot of different ways of using Ecamm for your video productions. Okay, for your presentations, all of that. And in your presentations, you can bring in these videos and wow your audience. And one last thing that I'm going to say, and this is why I wanted to use the phone, but I was doing an in-person presentation and the tech person wanted me to use PowerPoint or Keynote. And I kept saying, no, I want to use my program. I want to use Ecamm. And he kept saying, no, we don't have a cable. And I said, I brought my cable. And then he's like, I have my Mac MacBook Pro, and he's like, oh, Apple, it doesn't have a USB port. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I have an adapter. So anyway, he brought in all the objections. I had an answer for all of them. Finally, I ended up using Ecamm, and I was teaching the ladies how they can, the best settings to use for taking headshots with their cell phones. And so, of course, I brought Ecamm, brought my phone, and I'm showing them live how to do all of this. I'm showing them from the, I had a scene with the phone there, and when I was teaching the lady how to pose, they can see it in all 3 monitors. Was incredible. And so at the end of the show, the guy comes over and he goes, what program are you using? Like, Ecamm Live. And then another lady said, I know you were not using Keynote for this. And I'm like, nope, I was using Ecamm Live. So you can also use Ecamm Live for your in-person presentations. Just saying. That's a great story right there. Okay, now I'm going to first go to closing and then hit on the outro. Okay? Thank you so much, fam. Here we go. This is the closing scene. Yeah, Brandy, you can do it. Oof, I'm telling you. Ecamm, the power of Ecamm.